going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning back in. And today we're going to be reviewing the KD16.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run.
Starting us off, we talk about the sizing and the price. And the sizing, like I recommend everybody when you're wearing KDs or going for KDs, go up a half a size. Wide footers, that's for y'all too, go up half a size. Just because KDs always stop short. If you guys can see that, see how it stops very narrow and stuff like that, don't go your true to size. If you do go your true to size, your toe is always gonna be hitting the toe box. When you stop on dribble pull-ups or whatever you're doing, like quick cutting, it's gonna become very annoying and uncomfortable. So I recommend you guys go up half a size. Wide footers, y'all do the same. And the pricing for the KD16 is gonna be $160. Moving on to the style, I'm gonna give these an 8.5 out of 10. I really love the colorway of the shoe. Maroon, gold, and I believe this is either tan or cream, but I'm gonna go with tan. It just hits really well together. The inspiration for this colorway is New York, New York. And I'm sure as you guys all remember, I think KD was at the Rucker and he dropped 66. If you guys know the clips and stuff, when he was like, I am, and he was just draining shots and stuff like that, and he shut down the park. That's the inspiration of this colorway to a degree. Also, is the 5 boroughs inside of New York. The materials on the KD16 feel pretty good as well. But one thing I'm very excited for is I've had this shirt right here, right? Hold on, let me hold it up for you. I've had this shirt for years now, and I never had like an actual basketball shoe other than it's white. To wear with this, man, now your boy does, and I think that's pretty fire. Also, I know the inspiration of this colorway was for New York, but for me, I'm a kid at heart, and if you know, you know. This colorway reminds me of the maroon Power Ranger from Ninja Storm. Like I said, if you know, you know. I have a picture of them. It was so lit back then. It was so fire. That's just me, the kid at heart. But the styling of this shoe, the colorway and the materials on this feel good and look good as well. Up next, we have my favorite category, which is the cushion. And since I was torn between giving these a 9 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10, I went ahead and met them in the middle and gave these an 8.5 out of 10. The cushion setup inside these KD16 is Air Zoom. And if you guys were a fan of the KD15s type of cushion setup, the exact same thing is inside these 16s. There's a zoom unit at the forefoot, basically at the balls of your feet where you jump off and spring in the air or do Euro steps or wherever you jump. That's where the zoom air unit is going to be. So right here towards the balls of your feet. Inside these KD16s, you guys are going to get an inch off of the ground. While in the KD15s, you guys are more closer to it. While these give you more impact force protection, which I like. I love impact force protection, and more spring too. You guys are a player with sneaky bounce, or if you have bounce regardless. If you're running and jumping on the forefoot, that's the balls of your feet at the bottom right here. You guys are going to feel that spring, because I definitely felt that. So like I said, if you got sneaky bounce, it's definitely going to work out for you in your favor. You could probably catch a body or dunk it on the transition. So these shoes are really good, impact force protection, and the cushion setup feels really, really nice. Next up, we have the support. I'm going to give these an 8.5 out of 10. Inside the shoe, you guys have a good amount of padding on the ankle bone and Achilles heel, as well as in the tongue. And where this shoe does strive at, which I'm so glad it went away from in the KD15, because if you guys can see the KD15 right here, the reason why the support wasn't at high for me, or I didn't continue to play in it, if you guys see that little curve right here, that leads to heel slippage. While in this one, you guys see absolutely nothing. There's no curve, it's just straight to the back and everything like that, and that feels good. And my ankle is secured for sure, and it also feels nice and soft inside this shoe. Play confident. Euro steps, dribble pull-ups, crafty, shifty, however it is you play, you're gonna feel like you have that added support around your ankle, and the padding inside too, to feel confident to do whatever move that you need necessary, and there's no heel slippage. And last on the list, we have the traction, and I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. As you guys can see, this is a translucent outsole. You guys already know how I feel about translucent outsole. It's either gonna be a hit or a miss, and on the outskirts of that outsole, you guys are gonna have rubber. Now, what I can say is you guys are gonna hear squeak. You guys aren't going to hear squeaking going north and south, but what you are going to hear is stopping on a dime and lateral movement. The play styles I feel this shoe is going to benefit is slashers, fenders, and scores. And what I mean by that is, like, if you do like a lot of Euro steps, step backs, it's definitely going to benefit you on offense. Basically, if you have a game like KD or Bradley Beal, if you're a scorer mentality, it's definitely going to hold you up, especially if you have to do something that's going to be moving you to stop. A defender for sure, if you're like a Pat Bev or if you're an irritant on defense, them lateral movements and quick cuts you got to do on defense to cut somebody off and stop someone, definitely going to benefit you. If you're a slasher, definitely going to benefit you, especially the zoom air unit that's in the forefoot is definitely going to benefit you. Or if you even cut back door for lobs. So those are the play styles I think this shoe is definitely going to benefit, and they did a really good job in that. Like I said, north and south, you ain't gonna hear no squeaking. So if you play like that, this might not be something for you, but if you always moving east to west, it's definitely going to benefit you for sure. And I wouldn't tell you guys to take this shoe outside just because, one, $160, and I don't think the translucent outsole is going to hold out like that. It does attract dust, so if you have a very, very, very dusty court, I tell you, you might want to be a little hesitant. But if your court cord is normally dusty, I would tell you guys I wouldn't recommend wearing these. If your cord is semi-dusty, I can tell you guys you could, just because it does fight off dust. It does attract it, but it also fights it off. Also, as you guys can see, it does have a multi-tractional pattern design. Now, a lot of us in the shoe community actually have no clue what the traction pattern design stands for. Some were saying like the clock is ticking, the gears are working in his head, like, you know what I'm saying? He's sharpening his tool, he's working on the off season. So me personally, I have no clue what it means. I think it's pretty cool though. It looks pretty unique. That's something different that I haven't seen Nike do before. So I like that. And it makes up for a really good traction setup, especially cutting and moving laterally. So I think it's pretty creative. And ending it off with the ranking of the KD16s, I'm gonna give these an A rank for the sizing. Like I tell you guys, for bronze specifically and KDs, they do cut short, so go half a size. If you're a wide footer, go up half a size. I don't know why their shoes cut short. Always go up half a size, in my honest opinion, in bronze and KDs. The style of the shoe I like. I think it's nice, simple, and clean, as well as the materials on the shoe feel pretty decent as well. The cushion setup is definitely my favorite part. You get a Nike Air Zoom, my favorite cushion of all time, at least in Nike, and you get a Zoom Air unit in the 4-foot. That's at the balls of your feet for that extra added spring, as well as a good impact force protection. The support, they went back to the original. Instead of that little loop thing that they had at the back, they went just with a straight back, and it feels really good, man. It's gonna hug around the ankle. You're gonna get padding on the ankle bone and Achilles heel, as well as inside the tongue, and it's gonna feel nice, snug, and secure. The traction setup did have me a little worried at first. When I went to the court and went back and forth, had me a little worried. Go for like quick cutting movements, zero steps, stop on a dime, dribble pull-ups. So to me, this shoe is definitely worth the $160, but that's gonna go ahead and be the end of this video. As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, doing my voting polls inside the community. Hit me up on my socials. I really appreciate y'all, man. Would not be here, like I always say, if it wasn't for y'all. So I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and have Chauncey send us out, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next video.
Got anything you want to add to it, Chauncey?
What? That's your end intro?
Yeah, just the end intro.
Thank you for guys watching today's video. See you next in today's video. Bye.